Today's lesson is going to be using oil pastels, and I'm going to show you some techniques to make some really powerful images from some small inspirations. First, the tools that you're going to be using are these wonderful oil pastels created by Sakura. They actually invented oil pastels in 1924. First, we have the junior artist. This is for the student grade. They also come in the chubby size, great for little hands. Next is the Expressionist. These are a higher quality student grade. And then also the Specialist, which are the artist grade. Today we're going to be using the Expressionist, the higher quality Sakura oil pastels. For inspiration, sometimes you draw a blank. So what we're going to do is use a doodle that I've actually started in my sketchbook. And we're going to use the viewfinder that I've just cut from paper to create a little opening. And now I can use this to find an interesting area on my doodles. That looks great. So that just isolates an area that I can use for my oil pastel project. Now I've drawn this out with pencil so that I can show you some of the techniques. The Expressionist water pastels, the pastels are so blendable. I'm using a tooth paper. If you can see, it gives it a little bit of texture. But these lay down so beautifully and they're so smooth that we can layer colors and create a variety of different values. White comes in really handy to blend. Look how smooth those blend together. There's another technique that you can use. It's called stippling. And in my doodle, there's a little line of stippling across here. So we can just do that right in here. So I'm just making little dots with the oil pastels. I can change colors so that we can blend. We can actually blend with our fingers if we want it to give it a little smoother look, or even use a paper towel and get a smudged effect. Another really great technique is scratching. So I can go over this with a darker pastel, and then I can actually use some kind of stylus. We're just going to use a paper clip and actually scratch through the top layer of the pastel to create some interesting textures and reveal the colors underneath. Then we can keep building and blending because these layer so nicely. We can just start filling in all the areas of our drawing, really laying down the color. These Expressionists are so vibrant and so smooth and work so beautifully, you will love them. So let's move on to another portion from our inspiration doodle. And let's do this wonderful swirl. We can just lay that in with the pastel. And then we'll start building this up. We'll start with a base of green and make this really gradual curve. We can actually blend a little bit of that blue in there, those nice cool colors. Lay in a little bit of the violet. Look how nicely that's starting to smooth out. Really starting to take shape. So all these colors are cool colors. And where we started our stippling, those are complementary with the warm colors. Let's blend this just a little bit more. Look how nicely this starts to swirl. How that bleeds out together. Let's take advantage of the texture of the paper a little bit. Notice how the paper has a little bit of tooth, and we can actually leave that. That creates a great contrast to the smooth lines of this really graceful curve. We can work on this portion. Let me add a little bit more of this stippling effect. So we would actually finish this all out because we've been working from our inspiration. So from this small doodle, we've got a really powerful project that I've got all finished for you to be able to see. Have a great time using your Sakura oil pastels.